Alright, what is up guys? Welcome to Barrookie. In today's video we're going to make a tip bar out of PVC pipes and some joints. And the reason we want to do this is because tibialis raises are great to train your tibialis anterior, which helps you with ankle mobility, ankle stability during squats and deadlifts. And if you're a basketball player and you're jumping a lot, this is also going to help absorb some shocks and protect your knees. Now, I've been doing this exercise with these weights here with a little handle on them, and that is just absolutely great, but it became bulky and I just thought, why not make a tip bar? For all the pieces, I paid 19 euros, and if you're going to make two, that probably reduced the cost even more because I bought way more PVC tubing than I would need for this build here. Now, that being said, I did not come up with the plans for this. I just saw this online. Somebody who sells the exact same thing for 60 euros, which is still way too much. So we are going to make this for 19 euros. And the great thing I saw in the design was that they used wooden dowels inside their PVC pipes. So make sure that your wooden dowels fit snugly into your PVC piping. And what you can do is you can skip the PVC glue altogether. You just put the dowel in, put the connection on, and screw your screws right into the joint, into the wood, which is going to give you a very strong connection, and it's also going to make sure that you can reuse this if you want to make another project with that. Say you don't want a tip bar anymore. What we're going to make is a single leg tibialis raise bar, and the reason for that is because tibialis raises are accessory movements, and in order to get any asymmetry out of both sides, we're going to have to train one side at a time. That is called unilateral exercises, which I'm not a fan of, but I think it's so necessary if you want to make sure that every side is as strong as possible. So that's why I not make a 2-foot tibialis raise, and that's why I think you shouldn't either. Now, enough of me talking and whipping with this thing. Let's cut this into pieces and let's go over everything we're going to need. So now that everything's cut, let's go over what we need so we can start building. So very easy, we're going to need 4 L brackets, 3 pieces of 5 centimeters. We're going to add in the dowel pieces as well. Boom. And then we're going to need a T, which we're going to put here. So this is going to go here. Then we're going to need 2 connection pieces of 9.5 centimeters, and then one of 14.5. And then 1 connector piece that goes from a diameter of 32 to 50, and then a connection piece that goes to the piece of pipe that we have here, and this one we're going to use to put on the plates. Now that you know what we all need, let's just start the easy assembly. Okay, so there is a bit of a friction fit, but if I were just to pick this up, you can see that this is all over the place. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some screws and screw them into each and every one. Now, before we do that, we're going to need to pre-drill, obviously, because otherwise we would just screw everything up. See what I did there? Now, one thing that is important is that this one is angled upwards. So in order to keep it that way, we're going to have to put it in place and then screw it in, and then this is not going to budge. But we're going to start with all the rest, and then I'll get back to you. So in order to stop the weight from sliding off, like this is possible with the shaft here, we're going to put one of these things here in there. So we drill some holes and we're going to put that one nicely in there. So the way you're using this is you put some plates on. This is 2.5 kilos. You let the weight be pointing downwards and this pointing upwards, and here is where your foot goes in. So let me demonstrate here with the sneaker. So boom, put your foot like this and you can start to raise your foot, and this is going to work this muscle here. It's also going to work your ankle. So this already gives me a very good pump, which is super nice. Boom. Now the unfortunate thing that I just discovered, and I am a very big fan of barefoot in the gym and barefoot at home and barefoot everywhere basically, but yeah, just with my socks and even barefoot I can't really operate this thing because one, my foot is not big enough, and two, yeah, my foot is just not big enough. But if you're using slippers, which I have here, you can see that this works absolutely nice and dandy. Boom. Obviously you want your leg to be a little bit further away, so this is supported, and then you can start to do your tibialis raises like so. So yeah, obviously you're not going to put in more than, let's say, 25 kilos off of this thing, but even just 2.5 kilos just handles super nicely. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video. I hope you got something out of it. I really enjoyed making this build. It was a fun piece to make, and it's also very easy and accessible. So if you want to see more DIY videos or training videos, let me know in the comments down below, or check out my channel. See you in the next one. Peace!